hadn't written a poem in probably 2 years. But when Aimee came up to me in Seattle and asked me to do it as part of their wedding, I was more than honored and can't really describe it in words. Anyways, here's a poem titled A Toast to Aimee and Phil. A celebration like tonight's will last forever in your memories, but the truth is that now that the two of you have found each other, every night is a cause for celebration. Every night is a cause for a toast. So let's take a moment now and share a few of your first toasts as a married couple. First, a toast to the boys of Guile 101, who hosted Phil as a cross-dance department and who are selfishly going to take credit for the two of you having met in the first place.
So it's just me and you, Louis?
Yeah, guys!
A toast to the special type of love that the two of you share that is reflected in the hearts and souls of all your loved ones around you today. A toast to the type of love where, when asked how they knew they were going to spend the rest of their lives together, Phil faithfully answered, "Sometimes you just know that it's the right decision." And Aimee took a deep breath and replied, "We're both reasonably smart people and can figure it out." A toast to all of the different cities, the long distance, the deployments, and the string of different time zones. Because you're never really far apart when your hearts are intertwined. You're woven seamlessly together, creating a perfect harmony, like the notes of the first Adele songs you emailed to each other when you were apart. Making California to Kentucky or North Carolina to Korea nothing more than a few verses and a chorus away from holding each other in your arms. A toast to that feeling of being with each other that's so magical you can't really describe it in words, so you let it suffice to hear it in the music. Each of you like virtuosos, playing harmonies of romance across each other's heartstrings. A toast to that feeling of love that makes it hard to walk down the streets without holding each other's hands. Not because you get lost along the way, but because the destination just doesn't seem quite as nice without the other. Look, you can see it now, each of you looking back at your journeys where haven't met the right person yet, became might be the right person, became oh my god, can't live without them. Happening all at once because love doesn't walk, it runs straight through you, knocking the breath out of your lungs. Which doesn't really matter because there isn't any need for words. A toast to hopeless romantics finding hope in one another, creating an intangible smile in each of their hearts. You become the key to each other's lock, the milk to each other's Oreos, the like to each other's Facebook status, the cha-cha pan to each other's tongue suyo, the perfect ratio of peanut butter in your sandwich to each other's jelly. A toast to how hearts will never be practical until they can be made unbreakable. But in the words of Phil, sometimes you just know it's the right decision. A toast to not to either of you being perfect, but to loving each other's imperfections, because they assure you that this isn't just a dream. And stories of broken brand new TVs, Aimee, aren't really a big problem. They just give you a different pixelated perspective of your story, an excuse to do Netflix marathons of the latest season of each other's lives. Or how about stories of having an apartment get condemned? Yes, a condemned apartment, Phil. Isn't a big deal either, because the best shelter always came from each other's warm embrace anyway. Phil's just lucky that Aimee finds his arms so attractive. A toast to how you fill each other with so much love, you have to squeeze the brain to make room for the heart. Squeeze the brain to the point that you can't think straight, and it gets hard for you to sleep at night, because why would anyone ever want to close their eyes after real life has become better than their dreams? A toast to that feeling of absolute bliss that lasts well past the honeymoon stage. To all the anniversaries to come, where the only real present that you need is having each other's presence right next to you. People talk about love stories with happy endings, but here's a toast to how true love stories never really end. So finally, a toast to Aimee and Phil, to your endless happiness, together with each other, always and forever. Cheers.
Everybody give it up for David. That was really awesome. It's my pleasure.